stress-free living, according to Vedanta. According to Vedanta, there should be no stress in our life really. You know why? Because human being is constantly trying to become something. Trying to become wealthier, more powerful, more well-known, bigger, greater than what he is. We have a dissatisfaction with what is. We just were in the Ford Museum and you can see the fantastic development came from a dissatisfaction of what was and a need to create a greater satisfaction. So each one of us is ultimately seeking satisfaction in life. Everyone has a different way of seeking satisfaction. Through technology, through science, through invention, through discoveries, through research, through wealth, through power, through name, through fame. Different ways are there of discovering satisfaction. So through all these pursuits, ultimately we are seeking satisfaction, happiness. What Vedanta teaches is most amazing. Vedanta teaches that the happiness or satisfaction that you are seeking is already you. You are seeking something that already you are. Like we have a 10th man story. Once upon a time in a village, some boys gathered together and decided to go for a picnic. So they went to the village head to seek his permission that tomorrow we like to go for a picnic. That elderly person said, okay, we can go provided one of you takes the responsibility of bringing everybody back safely. So one of them volunteered, I will take the responsibility to make sure that we all reach safely. Okay fellows, let me see how many you are. Just line up before me, let me count. Counted them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Look, there are 10 of you. Make sure that all of you return safely. Yes? Next, they all set off to their picnic. Jumping and running. They came across the river. They all knew swimming, they swam across the river. Before proceeding further, the boy who had the responsibility of the safety of all thought, let me make sure whether we all reach safely or not before we proceed further. So he asked his friends, come on, line up. We had seen how in the previous evening that old man had counted them, so let me count similarly. So just the old man asked them to line up. He asked his friends to line up before him and let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We were 10. How come we are 9? Counted the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Which way he counted, the answer was 9. He invited one of his friends, maybe I am making a mistake, you come. That fellow came, he joined the line. They all had studied in the same school, they counted in the same way. One by one, each one of them came forward, counted, and they came to the conclusion that there are only 9, the 10th boy is lost. They divided themselves, the search parties, and searched for the 10th man. In the water, on the banks, everywhere, for the whole day they searched, they could not find the 10th man. In the evening, they all assembled under a tree all very sad, not knowing what to do. Fortunately for them, an elderly person was passing by. He saw these children very unhappy, very sad. What's the matter? Then this leader stood up and told the story as to how one of us is lost. How do you determine that one of you is lost? By counting. How did you count? He demonstrated. Naturally, the old man knew what the problem was. Don't worry, children. I know where the 10th boy is. Oh, you know? Have you seen him? I have seen him. So they thought maybe he has seen him someplace. Where is he? Where is he? Count again carefully. So now at least he inspired confidence in these children, and they were all at least assured that the 10th boy is there someplace. So most of the tension was relieved. See the stress of searching for the 10th boy. So when they were told that I know where the 10th boy is, most of their pain was relieved. And so now count carefully. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Where the 10th man? So you are the 10th man? Then a tube light, was switched on in the brain. He realized how he was the 10th man. How he overlooked counting himself. Similarly, we are all searching for happiness and success. Everywhere, the search for the 10th boy. You know how many 10th men are there? How many 10th men are there?
Everyone.
Everyone? How come? Everyone is counting. So when they were searching for the 10th boy, who were they searching for?
Searching for themselves.
For their own self. It's very amazing, isn't it, that they were searching for the self. But then ignorance does this. He was ignorant of the fact that he was the 10th man. Somehow in his mind, his idea was fixated, the 10th man is lost. Similarly, somehow an idea is fixated in our mind that happiness is somewhere else, success is in something else, and therefore we are all searching for happiness and success. Somebody has said, searching for it in the wealth, somebody in name, fame, power, recognition, research, development, invention, discoveries, innovations. But what each one of us is searching for is our own self. And that's the reason why the search is never complete. You cannot find a single person in the world who can say that I am completely happy, that I am satisfied with what I have. You won't find anybody. Assuming that you are also those who are still searching for it. Still, you feel that success is still eluding you. You still need more of what you have. Even though you are well placed, you want to be placed even better. Well provided for, you want to provide it even more. There is a dissatisfaction within myself, with myself. And therefore, the human problem is that human being is unhappy with his own self, searching for happiness, satisfaction out there. Vedanta says, you are the happiness that is searching for. If suppose we had that knowledge, that happiness I am searching for, the success I am searching for is myself, would there be any stress? The stress is caused by searching for something that I want and I am not able to find it. It seems to come and elude me. The happiness does seem to come. When you get a raise, you are happy for a period of time and then again you are back to where you were. When you get a promotion, there is happiness, no doubt, your ego is satisfied, and then you get used to it, in a short time you want the next promotion. And so it is with recognition. You may have published number of articles, whatever, then still, when an article is published, there is happiness, satisfaction, and then you search for something more. So primary stress is on account of searching for something where it is not. It is like trying to extract oil out of sand where it is not. And therefore, our attempts of searching for happiness and success in the material world can never be successful because it is not where we are looking for. So primary cause of stress is the disappointments in life. There is a general level of dissatisfaction within ourselves. There is a discomfort within ourselves, a basic agitation in ourselves. Therefore, we don't have peace of mind. Even if you have vacation, even if you are given time, you don't know what to do with the time. We must keep ourselves engaged. We can't enjoy peace. When we have time, we must engage ourselves in one or other activities. People go take vacation so that they can relax. And after returning vacation, they need another vacation to relax really. We don't know how to relax. We cannot relax. We cannot be at peace with ourselves because there is a dissatisfaction constantly in our mind. That is the primary cause of stress. Onto that, you add a number of stresses. Now that you are searching for success out there, you work hard. You plan what you want to do, you plan your activity, you work hard to attain success, which is fair. But unfortunately, in spite of any amount of work we do, any amount of effort we put in, there is no guarantee that I will be successful. There is no guarantee that the outcome will be what I want. It has been our experience more than once that the outcome is different from what we expected or what we estimated. Thus, the outcome is uncertain. This uncertainty is a cause of stress. If you knew what the outcome was, if you could control, you can control your effort all right, but if you could control the outcome also, then there would be no problem at all. At least as far as the outcome is concerned, no stress, but here I do not know whether I'll be successful or not. The uncertainty causes stress. Expectations cause stress. In a relationship, there are expectations. In every relationship, expectation is there. Let alone the relationship between spouses, of course, lots of expectations are there. But even between friends, between siblings, and between all relationships, and we are constantly related to somebody or something all the time. And you will notice this, that in every relationship there is an expectation of what the other person should do. Because basically we want happiness. And we want that the other people should make me happy. My basic need is of happiness or love. And since I do not know how to love myself, since I do not know how to make myself happy, therefore I have a need of the world making me happy. And therefore, whoever I am related to, the basic expectation is that that person should make me happy. How can I become happy? Well, I have my likes and dislikes. There are certain things that I like, there are certain things I dislike. Therefore, that person should do what I like and avoid what I dislike. A constant expectation of what other people should do, what my boss should do, what my colleagues should do, what my subordinates should do. You may say, Swami, we are bound by expectation because we have deadlines to meet, we have goals to meet, and therefore expectation is natural. That's a different kind of expectation. Expectation that you may have from your team members. For meeting a certain objective or goal is one kind of an expectation. But behind that there is also an expectation that they should make me happy. Meaning that the reason for success is also that I feel I am successful and therefore I am happy, and it is that one, that expectation that you have from others that they should do what I like them to do and they should not do what I do not want them to do. Now unfortunately other person has the same expectation. If expectation is only one way, then it's okay, but then just as I expect from others, others expect from me, and that's how the conflicts arise. When others do something that I do not like, then I am unhappy. When I do something that others do not like, they are unhappy. And we being sensitive people, whenever we do something which makes the other person unhappy, we feel a sense of guilt. When another person does something that makes us unhappy, we have a hurt. You follow? So from the relationships which involve expectations, there are constantly the experiences of hurt and guilt, because we wind up doing something that other person makes another person unhappy, then we feel guilty. And often other people do something that make us unhappy, we feel hurt. This hurt and guilt arising from expectations is another stress. Of course, uncertainty in the field of economics, uncertainty about the employment, lack of loyalty. Here there is what they call the forest rule, survival of the fittest. There is no loyalty. The employer has no loyalty for the employees. As long as you perform according to their satisfaction, so long you can stay, and moments you cannot, get lost. And the employee has no loyalty towards the employer. As long as he pays what satisfies me, I am here. Moment he fails to do that and somebody pays me better, I leave. It's a great uncertainty. Uncertainty also causes stress. I was stressed out. Uncertainty. But then the audience are not, One person walks in, second person walks in. I will request him to please call some people, so I feel that there is some audience here. Uncertainty. Meaning that there are things that we cannot control. In our life, there are certain things that we can control, there are many things we cannot control, isn't it? Because the world has its own agenda. So many people are here very busy, and they have many commitments, and therefore we cannot expect them to come here when we want them, because they have many commitments, necessarily. So we cannot control others. Unfortunately, my comfort depends upon what others do. I am comfortable when the audience is here, I am not comfortable when the audience is not there. Since my comfort depends upon what happens around me, and I cannot control that, there is a lot of, because of uncertainty, there is stress, because I cannot control the things. So these are some of the realities of life. And these stresses are there constantly in our life. The stress coming from meeting a deadline, maybe a very, that you will meet a deadline and therefore you will finish your work, finish your reports, etc., may be very palpable stress. And Vedanta cannot do anything about that stress. Meaning that you know enough about your own work and how to manage your time and how to manage your activities and what to do. Well, there also there is stress. It's a matter of prioritizing. Swami, how to balance our professional life with our family life is another problem. When you carry your, these days the computers are always with you. Swami, this company gives us a cell phone. So we are on the leash 24 hours a day. They can contact us and they can monitor us constantly on what we are doing. So therefore, you carry your work at home because you don't have enough time here. And at home there is a conflict because they want your time there. So an employer wants you and your family members also want you and you have only limited time and limited ability and therefore you are stressed out as to how to prioritize. There is stress because of unreasonable demands made upon you. The world constantly makes demands upon us. The employer makes demands upon us that we have to perform. And Swamiji, the only crime committed by you is that you are good. You are efficient. Better you are, more loaded you are. More efficient you are, more expectations are there from you. So unreasonable demands placed upon us by the world around us. That not only includes the employer or my boss and my colleagues and so forth and so on, that they of course have expectations of me. But in every relationship there are expectations. At home also there are expectations. The spouse has expectations, the children have expectations, the parents have expectations, and they make demands upon me. And very often these demands are conflicting demands. Imagine in India, a person, the extended family, where you have the parents and this family, and his wife and his own children, 3 generations are living together. Very often the husband is sandwiched because the mother-in-law and daughter-in-law do not get along. Not unusual. You see this mother-in-law, as long as the son was not married, was so anxious that my son should get married. As long as the son gets married, so soon as the son gets married, and the bride comes home, then the mother feels most insecure. Now this is drawing away attention of my son from me, and therefore she was insecure, and there were problems between the mother-in-law and the daughter-in-law. Husband is sandwiched in between. The wife expects him to take her side, the mother expects him to take his side. Now you are, just because you are married to this woman, that means you have no more mind, you are always taking her side, etc. Thus, conflicting demands placed upon us by the people around us and by the circumstances around us. Therefore, human being has lots of stress, coming from a variety of sources. What do we do? Well, first of all, we should accept certain basic realities of life. We know that there are certain realities that we cannot change. As Lord Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Jatasya hi dhruva mrityuhu, death is certain for the one who is born. Tasmada pariharyerthe natvam shochitamanhasi. Therefore, hey Arjuna, Lord Krishna teaches to Arjuna, hey Arjuna, you should not grieve for what you cannot avoid, what you cannot change. There are things in the world we cannot change. That every morning the sun will rise, every evening the sun will set. That's a reality I cannot change. There are all sorts of laws and I have to function within the framework of the laws. Even when I drive my vehicle on the road also, I have to function in the framework of the laws. That is required, otherwise there are norms. Had these norms not been there, we cannot function in a society. There cannot be harmony in the society. If everybody drives as he wants in the road, there will be collisions. We saw in the Ford Museum, in one of the videos, in the olden days there were no provisions for any safety and never how those, nowadays you have so many safety things in the motor cars. We should not in the beginning how the cars were colliding and how they were catching fire, how people were crushed and how they were dying. But then, that is why the laws are required, norms are required, and so that there is a harmony in the functioning of the society. Similarly, there are laws of nature, and we have to respect those laws. We respect the law of gravity, and never we use an elevator or staircases while climbing up or down, because we don't jump from a balcony to come down. We respect the law of gravity, because you will fall down at the acceleration of, 32.2 feet per second. We know that very well. We respect that law. I know that fire burns, and therefore I find my own way of dealing with the fire so that I do not get burned. So whenever we respect the realities, then there is no stress. When we do not accept the realities, when we do not respect them, then there is a stress. So let us talk of one reality in life. Failure is a reality of life. Life consists of what we call the pairs of opposites, like day and night, birth and death, heat and cold, pleasure and pain, success and failure, honor and dishonor, censure and praise. They are called the dvandva, pairs of opposites. Whatever you do, you cannot avoid them. Meaning that you cannot expect that you will be successful all the time. No, this is not possible. We saw the history of Ford. How many times he also failed? He started one company, failed. Started second company, failed. Started third company, then he succeeded. Given model, failed. Another model, failed. A third model, succeeded. So there are certain realities of life. Failure is a reality of life. And therefore, what should be our attitude towards what we cannot control? We can control our effort, we cannot control the outcome. Because outcome is determined by many factors that are not within our control. Whether your product will be successful or not depends upon many factors which are beyond your control. You can estimate them, you can judge, but still you can't control them. How the market will behave, how the customers will respond, there is no way of controlling that. You can estimate and do the best that you can do, but we cannot control the outcome of our effort. We can control the effort, but not the outcome. An outcome will be either success or failure. It is a reality of life. Now this is a big stressor. What if I do not succeed? What if I fail? So Vedanta teaches, Tasmad pariharyate natvam shochitamanasi. You should not grieve for something that you cannot avoid, that you cannot control, that you cannot avoid. So Swamiji, what should we do then? Vedanta teaches what we call graceful acceptance. Have you heard the serenity prayer? God, give me serenity to accept what I cannot change. Give me courage to change what I can. And what is the third sentence?
And the wisdom to know the difference.
Give the wisdom to know that. That's the very important. Give the wisdom to know the difference. What difference? Difference between what I can change and what I cannot change. Thus, there is an acceptance here that there are these realities that there are certain things I can change, there are many things I cannot change. Lord Krishna says, Karmanyavadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. Here, Arjuna, to make an effort is in your hands. Karmanyavadikaraste, with the freedom to perform an action. With the freedom as far as that effort is concerned. So you decide what you want to do, how you want to do, and pour your very best. Sada samachara. Here, Arjuna, you must have a commitment of doing the best. Because that's in our control. Ma phaleshu kadachana. You have no freedom to determine what the phala or outcome will be. Then what should you do? Says, Siddhi Siddhyo Samo Bhutva Samatvam Yoga Uchyade. Treat success and failure with the same equanimity of the mind. Meaning that before you start any effort, ask yourself, when you start any endeavor, ask yourself, am I ready if I do not succeed in this endeavor? Will I be devastated? Or can I handle it? I cannot say you happily accept the failure. That would be ideal, of course. But at least we should be ready to accept failure without being devastated, without being completely controlled by that. Then we can maintain a fair amount of composure of our mind even when the result is what we call not success or failure. Because I cannot control that. So what's the use of feeling grief about something that I cannot control? So this is what Vedanta teaches. Teaches what they call graceful acceptance. Graceful acceptance of what I cannot change. A responsibility of what I can change. Therefore, take the responsibility of the action or the effort. Don't say like in India, God will do. God will not do that. Yet we have to do it. But that responsibility causes stress because we are concerned over the outcome. When we are responsible, we have a lot of stress. Because what will happen if I do not succeed? Thus, willingness to gracefully accept a situation where I am not succeeding. But Swamiji, I am judged by my performance. Nobody judges me by my effort. Even though Bhagavad Gita teaches that you judge yourself based on your effort, don't judge yourself based on your outcome. With effort, you can control. Outcome, you cannot control. Swamiji, the world judges me based on the outcome. Nobody bothers what effort I made. We respect it. We respect the world. We respect and we also work for the best outcome. Nobody says that you should not work, you should work for failure. Do work for success. But in your mind, be prepared that since I cannot completely control the outcome, there is a possibility that the outcome may not be what I expect. And be ready for that. If you are ready for it, you will be able to maintain a composure of the mind. Learn from the experience. What's the reason why we did not have the result that we wanted, and what can we do differently next time? So graceful acceptance enables you to learn from every situation and grow and proceed further with your life. Otherwise, we are always stuck. The other problem, why me, Swami? When something happens in our life, when something painful happens, we complain, why me? But when success came to you, did you ask, why me? When good things happen to me in life, do I even ask, why me? No. That's understandable, I should be right. Just as pleasure is there, pain also is there. Success is there, failure also is there. If you believe in God, it makes it somewhat easy. Even if you don't believe in God also, we know that we can't control the accepted gracefully. If you believe in God, it makes it a little easier. You know, what is God? By our definition, Vedanta's definition, God is the one who gives the result of action. Karmanyavadikaraste mahaphaleshu kadachana. So you perform the action, Lord Krishna says, and I will decide the outcome. Meaning that the outcome is decided by the laws of karma, by the laws of nature, by the law of karma we call it. Karma and karma phala, action and reaction. The reaction is equal and opposite to action. So there is a basic trust here that there is justice in the world, there is fairness in the world. And therefore the outcome is in keeping with the effort. But no, Swamiji, I put in the same outcome, my friend put in, my colleague put in the same outcome, he got promotion, I did not get, what about that? So sometimes we feel that the world is not fair to us. The world is taking advantage of us. The world is not fair to us. It may be. So Swamiji, you say that you function honestly and people who are dishonest, they get away with kill. And we who are honest, we always finish the last. What about that? Here comes the question of the basic faith. What's the faith? That we always get the outcome which is in keeping with the effort. But there is always a third unknown factor. That factor is called luck, or that factor is called grace. You believe in God. There is something called grace, which very often we call luck. So we know that we did not deserve a certain kind of an outcome and we got it because we were lucky. And we know that we deserve something, we did not get it, we were unlucky. Call it luck or call it grace, there is a third kind of a factor. One factor is my effort, second factor is the time, the third factor is called grace. But Swamiji, if there is grace then, I failed. How is there grace in this failure? How is there justice in failure? Well, you see, and how come other person got away with it and I did not get it? Because maybe that fellow enjoyed that grace and I did not enjoy it. How come I did not enjoy it? Maybe you need to do prayers. So an important factor in dealing with stress in our life is prayer. By prayer, we invoke the grace of God, or grace of Ishvara we call it. And He is the karma phaladata, He is the giver of the result of action. So by prayer, we invoke His grace, invoke His favor, and make our case a little stronger. Now that's up to you. If you believe in prayer, if you believe in the grace of God, then comes the question of prayer. That is an additional factor. That function prayerfully. Function with humility. When you are successful, don't become too proud. Unfortunately, what happens is, when we are successful, we take the credit. Then when we are failure, we take the blame. But success and failure, all of them are due to the giver of the results. My involvement is in terms of effort. See, let me tell you one important thing here. It is not failure that makes me unhappy. It is not success that makes me happy. You know what makes me happy? I am successful. That's what makes me happy. And I am a failure. That's what makes me unhappy. Here Lord Krishna teaches, be objective. Your action has succeeded, your action has failed. You have not succeeded, you have not failed, you are beyond success and failure. That is true. But what we do is, we superimpose, we will conclude at 12:15.
That's
Okay. I know the stress is coming up,
no, yeah, 12:30.
Yes, yes, yes. Because I'm sure there is some commitment, I understand.
That's okay.
Be a Swami, there is no commitment, so no problem, That's one way of releasing with all the stress is becoming a Swami. That's the best stress freedom plan for we have.
The things have changed at work. Before we had an hour to do our own work. Now people are less. We have so much work.
No, I understand.
So I know, that's why.
No, that's okay. I'm just
So
joking.
different, yeah.
I'm just joking. I understand. As I said, they will put most stress they can upon you so that they can extract the most out of you. They will create as much insecurity as possible so that you are always on your toes and you give the best.
Loyalty, right?
No loyalty.
Expression of no, from us, our side is loyalty. We wanted to work, so.
Your loyalty is to your job and to your
Yeah.
paycheck more than anything else. If your loyalty is to work, it's good. But most people are loyal to the paycheck. Therefore, the paycheck is not coming forth, or else when a better paycheck is there, this loyalty goes and people jump. But anyway, that's what Lord Krishna teaches. Be loyal to your work. A great way of becoming free from stress is to gain joy out of what you do. See, what we do is that we postpone our happiness for the outcome. For us, the effort is merely a means of gaining the outcome. Lord Krishna says, don't worry about the outcome. Enjoy the effort. Effort is what you can control. Effort is in the present. The outcome is in future. Why postpone your satisfaction for the future? Enjoy the present. Enjoy what you are doing. That's the real success. If you love what you do, you will be successful, they say. Successful not necessarily in terms of getting what you want, but then you are because you enjoy your work. You love what you do. You know something? I told you that sentence earlier in the other meeting, that success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is key to success. How can you assure happiness for yourself? Love what you do. Enjoy what you do. If you enjoy what you do, then enjoyment is in your hand, not in somebody else's. But Swami, how can I enjoy 12 hours a day? Why not? Why toil? Why make it a toil? Why make it a burden? Why make it a labor? Well, if you put your heart into that, you will find ways of doing things in such a way that you enjoy it. You can enjoy anything you put your heart into that. And therefore, one of the important lessons that Vedanta or Bhagavad Gita gives us is enjoy your effort. As far as the outcome is concerned, do the best, leave the rest. And be ready for whatever outcome comes. Don't judge yourself based on outcome. Second thing. First is, love what you do. Second thing, do not judge yourself based on outcome. If you want to judge yourself based on your effort. And ask yourself, did I make the best effort that I could, or could I do better? Always, of course, be on the lookout, or constantly strive to do better and better, no doubt about that. We have to keep on improving ourselves, that is taken for granted. Your skills, your knowledge, everything, you must be always on the, you must always strive to improve yourself, that is taken for granted. But people who say they enjoy what they do, they're happier people. And secondly, do not judge yourself based on outcome. Don't even call yourself failure because you are not failure. What has failed? Tell me. At the most, your estimate has failed, You see, when you make an effort, you estimate what the guess or estimate what the outcome will be with the help of information that you have. And then you have some contingency also for factors that are unknown to you. But we know very well that there are many unknown variables which we very often we do not know, and sometimes you know them, you can't control them. That being the case, the outcome is always uncertain. Therefore, be ready for an uncertain outcome and do not judge yourself based on the outcome. So this little thing you can take with ourselves. First is, remember that. Do not expect the world to make you happy. Do not expect your wealth and your power and your position and your name and fame to make you happy. They cannot. You have to search for happiness, look for happiness, find your happiness within yourself. What is one way of doing it? Number one, enjoy or love what you do. And not only at work, wherever you are. At home also, at place of work also, wherever you are, love what you do. Swami, how to love what I do? I'll tell you one little story. In New Delhi, there was a traffic policeman. You know how the traffic policemen, they are there on an island in the center, in the intersection of the road, and they have to keep on, stop this and let this go and stop and let them. They keep on doing this all the time. Whenever a child had never understood what is this fellow doing, why is he doing like that? Now this must be a very boring job, all the time doing this. One policeman found a nice answer. He created a dance out of that. He started enjoying what he was doing. Unfortunately, to remove from the place because people stopped there, they wanted to watch the dance, and that actually created more traffic than solving it. But anyway, even such a job, such a mundane job as that a traffic policeman also can be enjoyed, you put your heart to that. So, every morning I make a commitment that today I'm going to love and enjoy what I have to do. Don't say, come on now again. My prarabdha, Swami, I have to do this job, this is just a drudgery, this is all mechanical, does not interest me, no work satisfaction, I don't enjoy what I do. No. It's up to us to learn to enjoy whatever you are doing, even if it's on the assembly line. Same mechanical work, but you can still enjoy it, you put your mind to that. Don't you enjoy your gardening? It's not every day, it's the same stuff, Same kind of, make the soil up and down and pour some water and this. Oh, why do I enjoy it? Because you see the plant, a new leaf has come today, a new bird has come today, a new flower has come today. You put your heart, you can enjoy. So make a commitment to yourself in the morning that I'm going to try to enjoy what I do. Number two, I know that the outcome is uncertain and therefore I will not judge myself based on the outcome. Number three, I know that I cannot expect happiness from outside. I have to discover it from myself. And that happens by loving what you do. So, enjoy yourself, they say. Best thing is, that is the toughest thing, is enjoying ourselves is the toughest job. Thereby I started saying that enjoy what you do. Final solution is what? Enjoy yourself. The biggest problem I have in my life is my own self. Who do I not enjoy most? I myself don't enjoy myself the most. I am most critical of myself. I am most dissatisfied with myself. I am most judgmental about myself. Judgmental, critical, dissatisfied about myself. Therefore, I am the greatest source of my stress and unhappiness. Therefore, have a commitment to enjoy yourself. Whatever you have your body, you have your breath, your eyes and ears, your mind, your emotions, your brain, your work, your family, your whatever life you have. Make a commitment to enjoy that. Swami, this spouse I can't enjoy. Well, everybody is a combination of virtue and limitations. And therefore, accept the person in relationships, not only between spouses, in any relationship, have the attitude of accepting and accommodating that person. Meaning that accommodate their limitations, accommodate their faults. Nobody is free from limitations, nobody is free from faults. I'm sure that there are many things in the other person that we do not like, and there are many things that we like also. In fact, about our own self also, there are many things we don't like about ourselves, isn't it so? I can't say that I like everything about myself. I don't like my nose, I don't like my ears, I don't like many things. I don't like my nature, I don't like my anger, I don't like my jealousy. So just as there are things in ourselves which also we do not like, there are things others also which we may not like. But there are also things that we like. Everybody is a combination of what we like and what we do not like. Accommodate what you do not like. Enjoy what you like and accommodate what you do not like. Again, gracefully accept what you do not like in the other person. In the other person, whoever that person is, whether it's a sibling, your friend, your spouse, your parent, your child, your boss, your colleague, whoever it is, accommodate gracefully that part that you do not like, you are not comfortable with, and enjoy the part that you like and comfortable with. A few pointers here that we can use in our day-to-day life. Number one, remember that happiness is discovered within yourself. And the way to discover is to learn to enjoy yourself. That we can begin by, number one, loving to enjoy what we do. Second thing, learn to enjoy relationships. How will you do that? By enjoying what you like in another person and by accommodating what you do not like. Give importance to what you like and accommodate and let go what you do not like. So enjoy yourself, enjoy your work, enjoy your relationships, and do not judge yourself by the outcome. Commit yourself to the best effort and accept the outcome as it comes. God, give me the serenity to accept gracefully what I cannot change, that is the outcome. Give me courage to change what I can, that is your effort. And give the wisdom to know the difference. In every relationship also, you can change something, you cannot change something else. What you can change, try. What you cannot change, gracefully accept. So graceful acceptance is a great way of slowly becoming free from stress. Gracefully accept yourself, your relations, your work, your outcome. Gracefully accept them and learn to enjoy what you have. You have yourself, your relationship, your work, and that's what you have. Learn to enjoy what you have. And that's enough to make you happy and relieve you from the stress. Okay, I'll conclude and I'll let you go. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri